because we're so excited to share with you the plans for the creation of the Lincoln Youth Complex. It's an 8 baseball softball field complex, including 2 championship fields that will also be the home of Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves softball and baseball teams. This complex will help our youth who might not otherwise have the opportunity to learn the games of softball and baseball, and to do so in a fantastic facility, complete with summer clinics, fall, spring clinics, camps, games. Additionally, the Lincoln Youth Complex will help in the recovery of the travel, tourism, and hospitality industry that was so impacted by the COVID pandemic. And this complex will transform land that you're on right now, that had been a landfill 75 years ago, into something truly special. It's going to be a beautiful entryway to our city and generate jobs and infuse dollars into our economy via more visitors to our city for decades to come. To make this project a reality and to bring us to where we are today has been a true team effort, a true public-private collaboration. You'll hear from 6 people today, each of whom will share their perspective on why the Lincoln Youth Complex matters and is a tremendous investment in the future growth of our city and our youth. Each of these speakers and a great many others have been staunch supporters of this complex and bring us to where we are today. We're here to unveil the plans for a complex unlike any other in the region, a complex that will attract national attention and be a place where youth can play the games, the Lincoln Youth Complex. So right now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the very first speaker that you'll hear from today, Dan Muehlheisen. Dan was one of the original members of the 2015 Vision Group that identified this project as a pillar for growing the greater good for all of Lincoln. Dan?
Thank you, Rich. Wow, it's great to see everybody out here today. You know, in 2006, a group of business and civic leaders came together and said, what can we do for Lincoln? And Roger Severin and myself were fortunate enough to be a part of that group, and it was we formed Vision 2015. And one of the main goals of that group was to take Lincoln to another level. And some of the projects that we identified early on were Union Plaza, Pinnacle Bank Arena, the Innovation Campus, Breslow Ice Center, and then specifically this project today, the Youth Sports Complex. After 16 years, we're finally here today. 16 years, think about that. We never gave up. And today this project becomes a reality, and it's amazing. When we couldn't have gotten to this point without a lot of the people that I see out here today, and there's probably a number of others that couldn't make it, but without their leadership and commitment, we wouldn't be here. This is an exciting day for Lincoln, exciting day for Lincoln's youth. And I can't wait till a day in the near future when I'm walking around out here on this same piece of property, and we've got baseball fields and we got kids warming up, getting ready to play the game, and I hear the words, play ball. That'll be fun.
Thank you, Dan, very much. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium. I don't know if anybody in our group is more excited for this than somebody who is tired of answering questions. Well, I don't have any updates on that. I can't really talk about that. We're not there yet. This guy is so passionate about this project and this complex. He is the executive director for the Lincoln and Convention and Visitors Bureau, Mr. Jeff Mall. Jeff?
Well, good morning, everybody, and Chamber of Commerce Day, Jason Ball, right? Thanks for the weather. We're super excited to be here. This project, this day, has been a long time coming. I guess you could say we've been in a very long game of extra innings. Baseball analogy number 2 for the day. I'm excited on several levels for this project. From a hospitality and tourism perspective, Lincoln will be an even bigger attraction for the growing national youth sports and tourism market. Make no mistake, this complex will be a game changer. Additionally, a feasibility study determined the economic impact on our community will be substantial, including over 100,000 new visitors in year 1, doubling by year 3, and including double-digit tournaments in year 1. The demand, the amount of people that we have talked to about a project and the need in this community is large. And we've talked for hours and days and years about what we can do better in this community. But more importantly, the economic impact on our economy will be $9 million in year 1 and only grow from there. This impact will be felt in all sectors of our community, including our hotels, our restaurants, our retail, and our opportunity to encourage future visits to Lincoln. The booming youth sports tourism industry continues to grow nationally, and we are excited to get in the game and enhance our existing facility inventory and collaborate with each and every facility in our community to be a better sports destination. Now, we can say yes to organizations that have long wanted to host state, regional, and national tournaments right here in Lincoln. And as a father who loves the game and have coached the game of baseball for youth, I am so happy for the youth in Lincoln today to have a facility like this where they can learn the game in the shadows of a booming community skyline just to our south. My dream, and our team has heard me say this a lot, is to have ESPN do a 30 for 30 episode and a documentary about a young player who developed their skills at the highest level and is playing on the biggest stage, and it all began right here at the Lincoln Youth Complex. So thank you to everyone who has made the day possible and your faith in doing what is right for Lincoln, its residents, and enhancing our tourism landscape, much like Pinnacle Bank Arena has done in past years. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our community, and yeah, let's get this thing going. Thank you.
Jeff, thank you very much. Now please welcome to the podium the president of Nebraska Wesleyan University, Dr. Darren Good. Darren.
It is a great day in Lincoln, Nebraska. We are truly ecstatic to see the future of softball and baseball in the city of Lincoln. And at Nebraska Wesleyan, we are grateful, very grateful, to be invited to be a part of this incredible project for Lincoln, for the state, and beyond. We pride ourselves in providing our students with high-impact, transformative experiences at Nebraska Wesleyan, both inside and outside of the classroom. And this facility will absolutely provide an incredible place for these student experiences and a beautiful home for our baseball and softball programs, for our student athletes, and for future Prairie Wolves for years to come. This is a game changer for Nebraska Wesleyan athletics and for the city of Lincoln and the state. In addition, the Lincoln Youth Complex will give Nebraska Wesleyan the opportunity to host collegiate tournaments, an experience that has not been possible for our student athletes. With this beautiful location and the outstanding stadium amenities, our student athletes and the competitors that come to challenge us will get to compete on two of the best softball and baseball stadiums in Division III NCAA in the Midwest. This project aligns deeply with our core values at Wesleyan, including three of those specific core values: community, excellence, and stewardship. The Lincoln Youth Complex provides an exciting opportunity to expand our connection with the Lincoln community as we join these outstanding local partners to provide facilities that have been long desired by young athletes and their families here and across the country. As enthusiastic as we are for the benefits this complex will offer to Nebraska Wesleyan, to Lincoln, to the state and the region, we are equally excited that the Lincoln Youth Complex will be a catalyst to serve the youth of Lincoln. We want to be a catalyst to develop the opportunities for underserved youth to learn how to play baseball and softball. Nebraska Wesleyan's thrilled to be a part of that, and we want to help provide opportunities for local youth who may not have the financial means to participate in organized baseball and softball. We have an amazing opportunity here to foster their athletic skills, their interests, and other characteristics that are developed through baseball and softball. We will break down some barriers that are currently preventing many Lincoln kids from having access to these sports, thereby allowing Nebraska Wesleyan to create great experiences for the underserved youth, experiences that will go beyond the ball game or go beyond the sport, but rather our awesome coaches and softball and baseball student athletes will help to instill skills, sportsmanship, character, and other benefits that will serve these kids for a lifetime. At Nebraska Wesleyan, we're in the business of transforming lives, and service to others is a deep part of our ethos. Service to our community, it's in our DNA. It's what we do. So we can't wait to be a deep and important part of helping these local youth to thrive. Thanks for being here today. Thanks to all who have been supporting this already. This amazing project has been supported by so many individuals with your time, energy, and passion. The public and private individuals and organizations and entities have been amazing in supporting this. And a special thanks to those who have provided specific philanthropic support directly to Nebraska Wesleyan as we work to develop this project in concert with the larger group. This is going to be an outstanding asset for all of our community, and Nebraska Wesleyan could not be more proud than to be a major part of the Lincoln Youth Complex team. Let's play ball.
That was pretty cool. I want to take a pause right now and thank our human easels on either side. These young women and men that are holding up fields that they're going to be able to play on. It's thank you for doing that. I don't know how much we're paying you, but it's not enough. Thank you, Darren. Really appreciate it. And I now have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium another Darren, former Major League All-Star, Nebraska Cornhusker head coach, and ecstatic youth baseball dad, Darren Erstad. Darren.
Thanks, Rich. Growing up in North Dakota, I mean, all we were ever told was like invest in the youth, invest in kids, right? And get here to Lincoln, go to school, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, very similar community, right? And there's a reason why we decided to raise our kids here, Jessica and I, right? Because of that feeling. And when this project was presented to me 4 years ago, and you start hearing about it and how long they've been working on it, and you're like, well, this checks a lot of those boxes. And it's been very interesting to see how hard it is to put something like this together. But at the same time, sitting up here now, I am shaking right now of how cool it is as a community. The reason that we are part of this from a money standpoint, investing, is because it is part of a community. It's so many parts of Lincoln coming together to do this together for a nonprofit organization that's doing this for the kids, okay? For the chance for them to develop, have opportunities. Those are the kind of things that are very interesting to me. You look at some things at this. I mean, what a picture. Talking all field turf. Look at the closeness to downtown. The connection to maybe going to a Husker game or a Salt Dogs game or going to PBA for an event, eating downtown. I've been to so many different fields across the country, and you go to somewhere, you know, not all of them are like that, but a lot are in the middle of a field and you're not near anything. This is so close to downtown, and it just brings a whole community atmosphere together, and that's a big reason why we live here. And I think this really stands for that. Another big thing is I'm sick and tired of having to travel a long ways to go do these things and go into nice facilities. Guess what? How many times when I was coaching, you'd have a recruit come in and they would say, I had no idea this was like this. Well, that's why we moved our family here. Well, now all of a sudden we can have people from out of state come and have this experience of that family, that community, that feeling that we all have here that we're so proud of. That's what we have. And not only, the thing for our family is not only are we like donating to this, right, but I'm also on the board and the advisory committee, and I can't wait to be part of the underprivileged program and teaching baseball and softball, and who knows where that goes and what opportunities we can have for kids. That stuff fires me up. Those are the kind of things we're talking about. I actually sat down with Alex Gordon and had this exact conversation, and he goes, I'm in. So he goes, what are you doing? He goes, I'll match it. So he matched it, right? So he's in. He can't wait. It's awesome. Went to the Kansas City Royals Foundation. Guess what? They're in. They're helping with Homer's Heroes Field. Like, those are the kind of things that's what this is all about, that feeling of family. And to me, that's Lincoln, Nebraska. And the last thing is, I think it's very important, whether in the state of Nebraska, let's bring the youth state baseball championships and softball championships to the state of Nebraska. Thank you.
You know, for the record, if this was a brick wall in back of me, I'd run through it after hearing that. Darren, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Wow, so awesome. Put me in, Coach. Now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium the Mayor of Lincoln, Larry and Gaylor Baird. Mayor?
Well, thank you, Rich. I'm in too. I am so excited to be here to represent the city as a partner. We're a proud partner in this project as we turn a field of dreams into real-life ball fields for our youth. And I know a lot of people have helped make these dreams come true. And I want to thank all the members of the Lincoln Youth Complex Committee and also our partners in the public sector. So many of them are here today. I see state senators and city council members and Lancaster County board members. Would you please raise your hand so we can all thank you for being a part of the public sector effort? Thank you. Now, you've all heard from our other speakers about how the vision for this has gone unfulfilled for many years, and many of our project stakeholders can point all the way back to the integrated development plan for the West Haymarket area that first identified youth ball fields as an amenity to help develop and complement the area. This morning I really want to emphasize just how much this project is helping us to fulfill not only that vision, but the vision of my administration to create a successful, secure, and shared future for us all in Lincoln. Private and public sector teammates are stepping up once again to create an inspiring project that furthers our work to champion both equity and economic development. And this public-private partnership will provide access and education and the experience of being on a team for youth who don't currently have that experience. In fact, the Lincoln Youth Complex will be the first youth sports program in Lincoln targeted to include underserved youth on a really significant scale. And I think we can all be really proud of the effort that's going in to make that true. And I'm going to give a wink and a nod to Court of Okun as I also underscore the fact that the project's commitment to gender equity is clear. The design provides flexibility so that the use of these fields can be shared equally by both baseball and softball. And I think we should all be proud of that too. And the commitment the LYC board has made to program activities for children and youth with differing abilities will enhance our ongoing efforts to serve families seeking alternative outdoor exercise and play opportunities. And LYC will be the proud home for Homer's Heroes, providing access to a field dedicated for these heroes' practice and play. How about that? And all of this work just furthers the vision of one Lincoln, where we champion practices that advance diversity, equity, and inclusion here in our community. Other speakers have have shared with you just how important and significant the positive economic impacts of this project will be. These impacts will help fulfill the goals of our Lincoln Forward initiative to foster conditions that accelerate our community's economic recovery and create new opportunities for Lincoln residents and businesses. The Lincoln Youth Complex demonstrates our community's forward momentum and will catalyze additional growth and development that supports our local economy and our high quality of life in Lincoln. And because of all of this, I really want to thank all of you, and I want to thank our city team from the public side who went into extra innings to bring us to this point, staff members from our finance, law, Parks and Rec, urban development, our Lincoln Transportation and Utilities departments, and my team in the mayor's office have all provided expertise and support to help make this a reality. We are really, really grateful for this public-private partnership, a tried and true method for getting things done in Lincoln, Nebraska. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, we appreciate, believe me, everything that you and the city have done to be champions for this. This is, grateful does not do it justice. So to make this day happen is awesome. I'd now like to have you welcome, please, Lancaster County Commissioner Krista Yoakum, who will share her passion and perspective on all of this. Krista, Commissioner. You bet.
Thank you, Rich. What a great day for Lincoln, for our county, and for the state of Nebraska. My husband and I raised our family just a short bike ride to the north of us here, and now just a short bike ride to the south of us. I ride my bike by here frequently. I've been following the progress of this complex for quite some time, and a number of things have really impressed me. First, the priorities are spot on. Help create opportunity for our youth, create momentum for our travel, tourism, and hospitality industry, and position Lincoln as a premier destination nationally for youth sports. I also love the fact that it's a nonprofit entity that is guided by a group of leaders who will give financial and operational oversight to ensure this complex is a success. They did a smart thing to do a study, not once, but twice, to make sure that there was still demand and a market for such a facility in Lincoln. The answer both times? Yes. Just as the mayor acknowledged so many people behind the scenes that have been working on this project, I also want to acknowledge my colleagues on the county board who've had numerous conversations throughout this process over the years. And I'm glad that Lancaster County can support this complex. I'm excited for when it opens in 2024, and I thank you all for your incredible work to make this happen.
Thank you, Commissioner Yoakum. Appreciate it. So I want to take a moment now, point of privilege, and thank those who serve on the board and the advisory group for the Lincoln Youth Complex, this nonprofit organization that has the best absolute of intentions to make great happen for our city. And that begins with our chairman and leader, and I like to call him my sensei because if he tells me to sweep the leg, I'm going to sweep the leg, Brad Carell. Brad, would you please stand? Others that are in attendance today, and I can't thank them enough, include Roger Severin, Dan Muehlheisen, who you heard earlier, Darren Good, who you heard, Ira Zeff, and Dwight Merlot from Nebraska Wesleyan, Darren Erstad, who you heard earlier, Corey Sampson-Vokun of Sampson Construction, Jeff McPeak from Olson, Charlie Colon, and Don Hers, who has been invaluable, Joel Peterson, our legal counsel, and soothsayer on all things to make sure we're above board on everything. Thank you, Joel. Jeff Mall, who you heard from, Charlie Meyer from the Lincoln Salt Dogs and Lincoln Professional Baseball. Charlie, thank you. Dan Marvin and Wynn Hermstead from the city, who have been just rock stars for us. can't appreciate enough everything that all of these people have done. They're the people who have been really the heart and soul of making the Lincoln Youth Complex happen and the dream come true. So much talent in this group, and they're all sharing it to help contribute to making great happen for the greater good here in Lincoln. So thank you very much to all of them. Okay, we're just about at the end. Just one more round of applause for our human easels. These kids were not told by their parents, you have to be here. They heard about it and said, wow, I'd like to be there. Is that true? Kinda? Okay. All right. It's awesome that you're here. Thank you. So what now? First, we finalize the conceptual plans that you see here today. Then we prepare the land and break ground next spring, so we can play ball in the fall of 2024. We're still raising money to fund the complex. If you'd like to donate, connect us to youth in the community, or help in any other way that you think would be beneficial, please reach out to us. The easiest way to do that is you can contact any of the people from the committee and advisory group, or you can go to our website, which is now live. It is LincolnYouthComplex.com. LincolnYouthComplex.com. It's live now, and on the site you're going to see many, many images and the video that will give you an oversight of just the enormity and the impact that this complex will have. You'll also be able to see the names of individuals, companies, and community partners that are funding and helping to make this happen. And I would be remiss if I didn't say a nice round of applause. Many of you are here today. My eternal gratitude for stepping up and staying with us throughout all of this. So I invite you to join them and join us. If you have any questions after we've concluded here today, our speakers and members of the Youth Complex Board and Advisory Group will be happy to answer. But we'll be here, and we welcome any insights, thoughts, ideas that you have. We believe collectively that every great city deserves a great youth softball and baseball complex. This is ours. We've used the name Legacy Park in much of our work because that's just a working name. It'll get a name. For today, it's the Lincoln Youth Complex, and this is ours. I want to thank you for coming today. Wish you have a great day. Let's play ball.